Hello, angels. Welcome and welcome back to Daily Glow. I'm Caitlin, and today I have another future spouse reading for you because these are the readings that we are loving the most right now. So today we're going to look at your first date with your future spouse. Okay. And I was doing some channeling for this before um, prior to starting recording. So I will share that in your pile. The timestamps are going to be in the description box. You can just jump right ahead to your reading. But I'll go ahead and introduce your crystals to you real quick and the cards, okay? These cards are from, here we go. Okay, these cards for your piles are from the Tarot of Curious Creatures by Chris Ann, and all of the decks that I use are always listed in the description. Okay, but pile one, your card is the moon with a white wolf. There's actually another wolf in the background. That's so interesting. So she's oh, what do they call that? I don't know, is that whatever. She's like a humanoid, sort of a wolf. And then there's like a wild wolf, like a real wolf, sort of in silhouette in the background. There's also a crab here, and she's by the ocean. And that's pretty cool. Okay. And your crystal, pile one, is the raw aquamarine. And aquamarine is associated with happiness and hope. Aquamarine and also the moon card are both associated with Pisces, the sign of Pisces. So you could have a Pisces placement, sun, moon, Venus, or rising. Let's see. Aquamarine is also associated with everlasting youth, clarity, perception, sharp mind, promotes self-expression, enhances communication, boosts courage. It is known as the stone of courage, and inner strength and speaking your truth. Okay, so that's pile one. Okay, and pile two, your card is the Sun card with this, I believe she might be an iguana, or maybe that's a chameleon, or a bearded dragon. I'm not really sure. Some sort of cute reptile thing. And there's a sunflower. Okay. And the sun is associated with Leo. And but you don't have to be a Leo, but you could have a Leo placement, maybe sun, moon, Venus, or your rising sign, or something else, or you don't have to resonate with Leo at all if this pile resonates. You also have the beautiful raw citrine, and this is a real natural citrine, not a heat-treated citrine. And citrine is called the merchant stone. It is associated with abundance and prosperity. It's generally associated with the signs of Scorpio, or it's associated with the sun, which is associated with Leo, so Scorpio or Leo. It is said to bring sunshine energy into dark places. It clears negative energy. It's protective and helps overcome fear and anxiety. It clears negative vibes. Okay, and pile three, your card is the Star card, and I think she's an otter. Yes, I think she's an otter. And the Star card is associated with Aquarius. And your crystal, pile three, but you don't have to be an Aquarius, but you could have Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or not. That's okay. I couldn't, obviously have all the signs here today. And your crystal is the beautiful Apophyllite cluster. Finally figured out what it is. It's Apophyllite. And Apophyllite is associated with all signs, but also particularly Gemini. Some people say Libra, so you could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but you don't have to be. Apophyllite is associated with enhancing mental clarity and intuition, discovering your personal truth, peace and relaxation. It is called the Healer's Stone, and it's also used to help interpret dreams and spiritual messages. Okay. I don't edit out the in-between parts of my reading, so I'm just going to go ahead and start getting ready for pile one. So I will see you in your reading. All right. Oh my goodness. No yawning. No yawning. Okay. Pile one, if you chose the moon card and the wolf and the crab and the aquamarine crystal, this is your reading. So the first thing that I want to do is, before we get into the tarot card reading, and we're going to be using the Ethereal Visions Illuminated Tarot deck. But first I want to share with you the channeled messages that I was getting. Okay, first of all, I was getting some songs. So the songs I was getting are Thrift Shop by Macklemore, and I'll tell you more of what I was getting and seeing and the impression that I got. Mm. Okay. Oh yeah, I'll get into these in a moment. I also got All of You by Colby Collet, You Belong to Me by Kat Pierce, and It's Gonna Be Me by NSYNC. Okay. Then so I was channeling though. So when I was channeling, I was getting walking. I was getting the date takes like a lot of hours, and I think that you would stay out later than you originally planned to. I was getting that it gets cold and it might even rain. You get like specifically that you will get cold, that you guys are talking a lot. I think that you go to a thrift store, but you might be walking around and like looking at multiple stores or places or something, okay? But because you're talking for a long time, so you might go to a couple places, like you might go to a thrift store and then you might go somewhere else. And then there's something about teenagers or not acting your age. So you might feel very young, or you might feel like you're a teenager again or something like that. Now, this is kind of strange, but I was getting that you guys would be talking about people on the other side, or like what happens after people, cross over to the other side, or was like something like that. That it would be something that you guys would be talking about, or you might be talking about someone who has recently crossed over. I got something about feeling like you're floating. They will tell you that you look pretty, or maybe you'll tell them that they look pretty, or something like that. You guys will talk about your mother or mothers. And then there was also kind of a really intense energy that's coming through that was in You Belong to Me, but also like other energies that were coming through. I was getting the sense that your person has like uh I'm trying to think how to explain this. Like they have really intense um they're I don't know. It's like the phrase is like one way or another, like one way or another I'm going to get to you one way or another. So they have like a very intense um I don't know. It's like what word do I want to use? Like almost like I don't know. This energy is kind of like it's not I don't know how to describe this kind of energy because I don't think this way. but it's like they really, really want to make it work with you, or they really, really want to like make you belong to me. Like they want to make you theirs. Like it's very possessive, I guess. Like I guess it's very possessive. But the thing is too, this song, All of You, is about wanting to hear everything that you have to say. Like even if you're thinking about somebody else in this song, she says, I want to hear everything. I want to know everything. Tell me everything. Even if you're sad about somebody else or you're upset about something else. Like, I just want to know everything. I want to hear everything that you have to say, the good, the bad, everything. So it's kind of like, it feels kind of like a scorpionic energy. So I feel like you might have like a Pisces placement, or you might go on a date during Pisces season, so that's February, March, or that's just the vibe of the relationship. Like maybe, nobody's a Pisces, but like that's just kind of the vibe. I want these to lay flat. But this person, your date, is giving me kind of a scorpionic vibe. That's what I'm getting with that. Yeah. Also with It's Gonna Be Me. All of you, you belong to me. It's going to be me. They're like, I want to hear everything, but one way or another, like I'm going to get to you. And when you're ready, oh, okay, you're either getting out of a different relationship or you're getting over somebody else. That's what it is. That's what it is. Yes, because they want to hear everything about, they want to know where your mind's at. And they're like very patient with that in a sense, except that like as soon as you're over that other person, they're like, it's gonna be me. Yeah. That's what it is. Okay, I get it now. Also, I was getting that by the end of the date, you might be holding hands and you might even kiss, which I feel like this is a very like early stages, so that seems odd to me. And I think maybe that doesn't happen, but that's something that they're thinking about, and that's why it's in the energy. But we're gonna do a tarot reading and we'll see what comes up with that. But I was getting something about holding hands for the first time. So if that doesn't happen, it's just that they're thinking about it so much that it's in the energy field. And also the same thing with the kiss. Like you guys really may not kiss on this date because this is your first date. So this is very, very like early. I wouldn't say even early into a relationship. It's like the beginning of the relationship. So I don't feel like you would kiss, but it's in the energy field. So if you don't kiss, it's definitely something that they're heavily thinking about. Okay. But mostly what I was getting was lots of walking. It might rain. It might rain a little bit. You feel very floaty, like you feel almost giddy a little bit, like you feel very youthful or you feel young, I don't know. And you're just talking and talking and talking, and you stay talking to this person much longer than you had originally planned to. And I heard that it gets pretty late. Okay, so then yeah, but you don't, okay, so but you don't like, nobody like goes home with anybody or anything like that. No, that doesn't happen. And that's part of the reason why you stay out talking to this person so long, because you know that when you're going to go, you'll go your separate ways. Okay, let's see what we get though. Tell me about pile one's first date with their future spouse. Yes, you'll definitely talk about your family. Also, if you have kids, you will talk about your kids or even show pictures of your kids. but I was getting talking about your mothers, so you will talk about your relationship with your mother. They might tell you about their mother. They'll talk about your families. Yes, you will be. Yeah, I got that too. Um, you're going to be talking about life after death, basically, like what happens to people. Like you might even be talking about like near-death experiences, like your beliefs about that or your like hypotheses about that. Yes, you're going to be sort of going shopping, but mostly not really shopping, mostly just browsing and talking. I see you like at a thrift store, like just pointing things out to each other and laughing and talking. Hmm. This person will be very forthright with you. Yes, they are jealous. This person feels like they've waited for you for a long time, but it may not be like you specifically. It might just be like they feel like they waited to meet someone like you for a long time. But they have been watching you go through probably a breakup is what it looks like. Yeah, they've been watching you go through a breakup and they want to tell you yeah, they tell you that you look pretty. They want to tell you how wonderful they think you are. And they want you to know that they want to take it slowly with you, but they also don't want you, they want, they don't want you to be with anybody else, but they won't say that right away because they want to feel out how you feel about them. They really, really want to do it right, and they really don't want to mess anything up with you because they really like you. They really want to do it right this time. Yeah, this is the first time that you guys are having a one-on-one conversation with each other. You probably have like a shared friend group, is what I'm getting, because you have possibly hung out with this person before, but not one-on-one, like never just the two of you alone. And you're not really alone because you're still in a public place, but your friends aren't around. That's the difference. Something unexpected may happen during this date, or it goes differently than how it was originally planned. You may have had it, well, okay, because for one thing, I think you'll stay out much later than you had planned to, but it's also possible that something that you planned to do wasn't available or wasn't what you thought it would be. And that actually might be why you decide to go walk around and look at stores, and you might decide to go into a thrift store or something because something that you were originally going to do either wasn't what you thought it would be or didn't work out. Okay, let me see what else I'm getting for that. Yeah. Time to go out and have fun, problems to be resolved, dissatisfaction with life. Like you're going to talk about your lives. The problem that you want to resolve, though, is that you finally want to have a chance to figure out some things about this person. And actually, for your part, I believe you both have a little bit of an agenda. Of course you do. It's not a bad agenda. But for your part, you want to learn more about this person. I think this person is either kind of private or they haven't really opened up to you before, even though you have. Yeah, I think that you guys have hung out in like a friend group or something before, but you don't really. know this person as well as you want to. They also may live at a distance. This could be a good friend of one of your good friends who lives at a distance. If you're a woman and you have a woman friend, this is somebody who's a friend of your woman friend. Hmm. You will be talking a lot about a lot of different things. And where is my notes? Here we go. Okay. Yeah, you guys will be talking about your past, but oh yeah, I also got that you guys will also talk about current events and politics. That's probably something that you're more interested in. Oh, this person will tell you um that over time their priorities have changed, and so they're telling you like what is most important to them now, what they've realized is most important to them. Yes, I do see you two becoming physically closer over the course of it becomes an evening. I don't think it's evening at the beginning, but you guys do hang out for quite a while, and so it becomes evening. They might like put their jacket on you or something, I'm not really sure. Or actually, maybe you will like buy a sweater or something. I don't know. It's definitely coming through that you're cold. Okay. Let's see. What else do I have here? We have Fondacia Klepper. Over the course of your date, though, this person is satisfied with everything that they wanted to know about you. They become very excited, and then they really are. Yes, courtship. Yes, and then they are really quite sure that they want to continue pursuing a relationship with you. And for your part, I think you're very excited when you're with this person. You really like being in their energy. You do feel kind of like floaty, and it's hard to explain. It's not quite floaty, but buoyant. You feel light. You feel light around this person. Aw, that's such a sweet energy. I love that. But you're not so certain. I think this other person, they have an energy type where they know they have more clarity like in the moment, like as they're doing something, they can have access to immediate clarity. And your energy type is different. So I think that you feel sort of like it's like I see like almost like a whirlwind. It's not overwhelmed, but it's like you just feel sort of like caught up in like a wave, like in the wave of it all. Then you have to go home. And I see you like practically bouncing off the walls when you go home because you have like so much energy and like you're so excited, but then you, yeah, you have a hard time going to bed. You have a hard time going to sleep. You're by yourself at home and um that's when you're like going over everything that happened during the day and like going over everything that you said and they said and everything. Then that's when you can really process it and feel out how you feel about it. That's and that's your energy. It's like it's like a sigh of relief because it's like almost like you were like you weren't quite sure until you went home and had a chance to think about it and then you were like, "Yes, that was very nice. I like that." Okay, what else do we get? Yeah, because at the beginning you weren't sure if this was going to be your person. You weren't sure if this was going to be your main person. So if you are in the feminine, you weren't sure if this was going to be your main man. Is this your guy? Is this your person? If you are a man, then you were not sure if you're going to be the most important person to them. Like you just weren't quite sure. But I think for both of you, you get a lot of clarity from this date. You also might talk about work, or you might actually talk about the economy. I know that's crazy, but it was kind of coming through. Yes, you might talk about the economy, and also the masculine person here might, well, actually, I'm getting it could go either way. Somebody here could be into like investing or something like that, but I'm seeing that you guys could talk a lot about, gosh, a lot of things. Actually, you guys talk for so long, you talk about a lot of things. Yes, and you talk about the law, and you guys are talking about current events for sure. You might talk about the news and talk about how you think about things. 100%. That's so funny. Um, hmm. Yeah, you're walking. It's a lot of walking. Yeah, and a lot of talking about current events. That's what I'm getting for this pile. That might be something that's really important to you guys. Actually, I feel like that's something that's really important to you, specifically pile one. Like, you want to know how they think about things and what their thoughts are on things because I don't know, I think that's just something that's really important to you right now. That's what I'm getting. Okay, I'm going to pull from Seasons of the Witch Oracle. The day that I'm recording this is actually Imbolc. So this is my Imbolc Oracle. I love Imbolc. But this is a timeless reading whenever you find it. All right, let's see. Mm. Okay, so you are seeking the person who you can trust more than anyone else. The person who you can create the strongest love with, the strongest love of your lifetime. But this card says that you are everything that you seek. And so, yes, you are seeking your mirrored soul, your divine counterpart, however you want to think of that or however you talk about that. I think that's why you want to keep it really casual and just take it really slow and hold back, and you want to find out their thoughts on everything because it's important to you. Before or after this date, I'm getting before. You may have taken a ritual bath even, but you took a special bath with like scented bath salts or something, and that was part of your sort of ritual, whether it was like a literal ritual or whether it's just sort of getting ready for your date. You, I think that you might, that might be something that you do is take ritual or meditative baths. That's a special thing for you. And in a way, you are facing your fears. Yeah, you did have to face your fears to do this. You have been through some really dark times. You may have been through a dark night of the soul. And then here we have Aquarius. Now, you could have messages potentially in pile three, okay? But I'm also getting February specifically is Aquarius season. So either something difficult happened for you in February, or it could be that this date happens in February. There's something about the sign of Aquarius specifically in the month of February. specifically. Yes, and I am definitely getting you guys going to probably a thrift store, but it could be a used bookstore, okay? Or it could be something similar like that, where you can look at books and I don't know, random little interesting objects and things. That's something that I see happening definitely. Hmm. Yes, and then I think you go to either a bakery or it could be a cafe or a sandwich shop or a bakery. It's something like that. Yep, confirmation. Um, well, I mean, it could just be a restaurant, but I'm specifically seeing bread. So there's something very specifically about bread. Oh, it could be an Italian restaurant. It probably depends. We have multiple people watching this. You also may go into an art store, or you might specifically do arts together. You might go into a place where you do some sort of arts or crafts together. Yes, and you are talking about someone who passed. Someone may even cry during this date. Yes, confirmation. Mm-hmm. And it is cold, yes. Sorry, guys. I'm just okay. That's why I did most of the channeling before I started recording because it's hard for me to channel and talk at the same time. Okay. All right, that's well, let's see. Am I getting anything else here before I put this away? Mm, yeah, you are talking about the past a lot, definitely. There's a lot of sort of like catching up, like catching them up on your life, catching up on their life, just learning about each other. Mhm. You also might be sharing with them about your spiritual beliefs. There's definitely a lot of sharing with each other about how you like your worldview and how you see the world and how you think about things. And that's what you want to know about them. And I'm sure that's probably what they want to know about you. Okay. Um, oh, let's see. Before, and we'll finish with a tarot reading. Like we'll finish with pulling a few more tarot cards. But before we do that, let me pull a few cards from the Narada Storytelling deck. I haven't used this in quite a while. And yes, on the bottom of the deck, we have interview. It definitely is like you are interviewing them and vice versa, but more so you're interviewing them because you don't know what to think of them because it's a riddle. They're a riddle to you. You don't know what to think of them. And there's specific things that you feel like you really need to know. Okay. So you really are trying to find out some very important information, some specific things that are sort of like, um, yeah, you okay. Because then we have Secret Life and Priest. So you want to know definitely what their spiritual beliefs are, what their worldview is, what their politics are probably, or just like basically how do they view current events that's important to you. But also you want to know, do they have some sort of like, I heard sick. Okay. Do they have some sort of like dark side to them that they hide that nobody knows about? And you know that they wouldn't just come out and say so if they did. So you're trying to read between the lines. That's kind of funny, but it's also not funny because that's so real, actually. And then somebody's talking about travel. Let's see. I can't show all of these cards, so let's see what else we get. Oh my gosh, you guys are talking about your neighbors. You might be, yeah, you talk about where you live and you're talking about your neighbors. That's so funny. You guys are talking about everything. You're talking about school. So some of you might still be in school or you may have recently graduated, but somebody's talking about school or about teaching or about a teacher. Oh my goodness. You guys are just talking about everything. You guys might be talking about conspiracy theories. Um, yes, they tell you you're pretty. They tell you you look pretty. You might be showing, yeah, you're showing them pictures from your cell phone. Yeah, you guys are talking about current events for sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're talking about your past and your families. Yeah, you're talking about your hometown. Oh, yeah, you're talking about your jobs. You're talking about celebrities, celebrity gossip. Literally everything. And then you go to a restaurant of some kind or cafe. Then you're like watching other people and talking about them a little bit, like through a window. Yes, you're talking about things that you believe to be unjust. So it sounds like you will find some sort of common thing that like equally bothers both of you so that you can sort of like that can be like a shared thing that you guys are talking about. Yes, you will go to some sort of bookstore or library. So it could be a library. I think you guys are in some sort of downtown area or like a main street area somewhere. Somewhere where there would be a library or a bookstore and restaurants and some sort of little either thrift store or secondhand store or something like that, and like a place where you can do a lot of walking and talking. You're talking about your friends because you do have some friends in common. Yes, talking about travel, also places you would like to go. Yes, talking about somebody who passed and your childhood. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's nice. That's interesting. I'm gonna finish with a tarot reading and see if we get anything about like how the evening closes or like how does the evening end. Yeah, you guys are definitely talking about politics. And books. Then you're talking about books. Yeah, and you guys are definitely talking about metaphysical stuff a lot. Like you're talking about like ghosts and what do you think happens after you die. That keeps coming up. Okay, cool. Oh, I don't think so. You might be talking about going to like do some sort of like haunted house tour or something together, but you don't do that this time. But you might be talking about, oh, we should go do this tour of this haunted house or something. Mm-hmm. Oh, Two of Cups, no way. You guys start falling in love? Wow, okay. But like you really like them. Okay. So I don't know. However you want to look at it, it's like this is the beginning of true love. That's wow. Aw, oh my goodness. Um, you're feeling like everything that you've been through in life has brought you to this moment. And so it's like all of a sudden you don't mind as much, which is crazy, actually. Oh my goodness. Okay. If you are a woman or a feminine, or you identify with the Queen of Cups, you're like You're so smitten with this person on the first date. You're so, so smitten with this person. Like you really, really like them a lot and you feel like you're falling in love with them. Like you couldn't like them more than you do. And it's like you're almost like when you're hanging out with them by the end of the night, you almost feel like you could be sure that this person is the one, except you're not sure because you're somebody who has to go and like back over everything in your head first before you can be sure. And also you're afraid that it might be too good to be true. And like maybe you're just, I don't know, you just have to think over everything again. Mm. Yes, you're already planning another date, like literally on your date, you're planning another date. Yes, and at the end of the date, you're still not sure about them because it's just, I heard it's just a lot to process. Okay, okay, we had the sun come out, and then earlier we had the star card come out. So you actually may have messages also in pile two or pile three. Okay. Um, yeah. So for you, pile one, we'll wait and see what comes through because I have not done those readings yet, but it could be possible that either there's elements of your first date will come through in pile two or pile three, or that those could be like describing your future dates. I don't know. I'm not sure yet what will come through in pile two or pile three, but I'm just saying I'm getting like clues of those readings for you too. Um, yeah, but you have such a good feeling about this person. You have so much more clarity. They have complete clarity about you, but I think that they already knew more about you going into this. They have kind of like a scorpionic vibe, and they probably, well, I think that you're more open. I think it's easier to learn more about you and harder to learn about them. So you're finding things out about them for the first time. So it takes you more time to process that. They have a lot of clarity about you, and they're also very, um, transparent isn't quite the word, but they'll like just answer whatever questions you have. And then you guys plan your next date. Yeah, there's no kiss. That's so funny. I don't think so. No, I don't think so. But I think that you might have, like, somebody might have been thinking about it. Oh, I'm sure you guys were thinking about it. And you do get a lot physically closer. Like, I do feel that you probably break the touch barrier. You might even hold hands, but I don't know. That seems wild. At least you touch hands. I'm getting that. Yeah, no, because you have very firm boundaries. And I feel like until you've had time to go home, think about everything, process it, and decide what you think about everything, there's certain things that you won't do, and kissing is one of those things. That's what I'm getting. It's also possible for some of you, yeah, I don't know. Some of you still might feel unsure because you really did just go through a breakup. That might be for somebody. Hmm. And this person knows that, and well, I mean, for everybody in pile one, you did recently go through a breakup, but it's like how recently, okay? And this person knows that, and they're like very patient with that, but at the same time, they're like, take all the time that you need, but when you're done taking your time, it's me, just so you know. That's funny. Okay, yeah, you have you have like very particular expectations for yourself and values, and you probably are marriage minded. Like you actually might be somebody who like you wouldn't want to sleep with somebody before you were, I don't know, whatever, maybe married or maybe engaged or whatever it is for you. Um, yeah, but whatever your boundaries are, you have some very specific boundaries. Also, I think also because you guys do have shared friends, you have some sort of shared social connections, and so that also makes you cautious about this, but you're definitely holding back, and also you're not quite sure about this by the end of this date, even though you've had an absolutely lovely time, like literally could not be better. Oh my goodness. This is exactly what you wished for. It's exactly what you've been manifesting. You literally had something in mind. You may have had like a specific list that you had journaled or something, or it's just something that you definitely had in mind. And yeah, it literally fulfilled everything that you would have wanted it to. If it takes time for you to figure it out, it's just because that's how you are. Yeah, and then you're really, really looking forward to your next date. And it may not even be that long. Your next date, maybe even as soon as 3 days later, or it's as soon as possible. It also could be that this person is traveling and that you would see them again yeah, okay. Your next date you set as soon as you guys can see each other again, which could be in 3 days, or it could be when someone comes back or when someone's done traveling or something like that. Okay. Um, I think that's it. All right, pile one, that was your reading. I hope that was helpful to you. Thank you so much for being here and co-creating this reading with me. And if you like the video, that means so much to me when you like the video. And if you'd like to see more readings like this, I'd love to have you subscribe. And anyway, have a great rest of your day, okay? Bye, guys. And I don't edit in between my videos, so I'm just going to get ready for pile two. Hello, pile two. If you chose pile two, if you chose the Sun card and the beautiful, powerful, raw citrine crystal, this is your reading. Welcome to your reading. Oh my goodness, pile two. I channeled so much for you guys, so much. Oh my goodness. So I got some cards and let's see. I got some, well, we're going to do the tarot cards in a bit, but first I'm going to start with what I channeled, and this is prior to your reading because when I'm channeling, I can't really do anything else, not very easily. So, okay, these are the songs that I got for you, pile two. I got Have You Ever by Brandy, and then we'll like talk about these songs a little bit, but I got Have You Ever by Brandy, Somewhere Only We Know by Keen, Turning Page by Sleeping at Last, Counting Blue Cars by Dishwalla, and Snow on the Beach by Taylor Swift. Okay. And okay, so I was getting, this is, and actually, okay, this, I got so much. Guys, I got so much. I realized this one, pile two, this is like your mirrored soul. This is a date with your mirrored soul. And for some of you, this is someone who you have some history with. So that's just what was coming through. And so I don't know what kind of history. That doesn't necessarily mean that you've dated this person in the past. It's just, I'll explain a little bit more like what I was getting. But this isn't the first time that you guys have like been thinking about each other. And specifically, okay, so because you guys are mirrored souls, I get this thing where I don't, oops, it could be hard for me to know like who's the viewer, but one of you already feels like they're in love like before this date. So I don't know what all may have happened. So for some of you, maybe you had a relationship with this person in the past, or maybe you've just known this person for a long time, and maybe this is somebody who you've dealt with like online for a long time, and this is the first time that you guys meet in person. So I'm not really sure what your history is, but for the song Have You Ever by Brandy, it says, have you ever loved somebody so much it makes you cry? Have you ever needed something so bad you can't sleep at night? Have you ever tried to find the words but they don't come out right? Have you ever? Have you ever been in love so bad you'd do anything to make them understand? Have you ever had someone steal your heart away? You'd give anything to make them feel the same. Have you ever searched for the words to get you in their heart, but you don't know what to say and you don't know where to start? Have you ever loved somebody so much it makes you cry? And then she repeats the chorus. And then she says, have you ever found the one you've dreamed of all your life? You'd do just about anything to look into their eyes. Have you finally found the one you've given your heart to, only to find that one won't give their heart to you? Have you ever closed your eyes and dreamed that they were there, and all you can do is wait for that day when they will care? Have you ever loved somebody so much it makes you cry, makes you want to break down and cry? And then, okay, this one is just like really relevant because this is the energy that one of you is coming into this date with. What do I got to do to get you in my arms, baby? What do I got to say to get to your heart, to make you understand how I need you next to me? I got to get you in my world because, baby, I can't sleep. Okay. So somebody feels like they've been having a really hard time expressing themselves or finding the right words, or there is definitely some issue with communication, and also it's really actually keeping somebody up at night. That is all prior to this date. It may be a situation where it's difficult for you to find time alone together. So this may be somebody who you go to school with, or someone who you have friends in common with, or could even potentially be somebody who you see in the course of your professional day. So whatever the case may be, this is someone who you've not had a chance to be alone with this person before. And so one of you has planned this date specifically so that they could say things, or hopefully try to say things that they never felt that they could say in front of other people. And of course, the Sun card is about clarity, illumination, and bringing things into the light. Also, I actually think that somebody could be older because somewhere, or you may not be older, but you're feeling like it. Somewhere only we know says, let's see. Yeah, this is someone who has done a lot of living. So in the song Somewhere Only We Know, he says, I walked across an empty land. I knew the pathway like the back of my hand. I felt the earth beneath my feet, sat by the river, and it made me complete. I'm getting old. I need something to rely on. So tell me when you're gonna let me in. Oh, that's the same theme we had in Have You Ever? Yes, somebody feels like they really like somebody, maybe even feels like they're in love with somebody, but the other one hasn't let them in or hasn't opened their heart to them. Or they feel like the other person doesn't like them back or doesn't like them back the same. Yeah, he says, I'm getting old. I need something to rely on. So tell me when you're going to let me in. I'm getting tired. I need somewhere to begin. I came across a fallen tree. I felt the branches of it looking at me. Is this the place we used to love? Is this the place that I've been dreaming of? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm getting tired and I need somewhere to begin. And if you have a minute, why don't we go talk about it somewhere only we know? This could be the end of everything. So why don't we go somewhere only we know? Okay, let's look at this is so interesting. Let's look at Turning Page by Sleeping at Last. Yes, this song is very romantic. It says, I've waited 100 years, but I'd wait a million more for you. Someone in this connection is really, really already like has very intense feelings and attachment for the other person. They may feel that this is their soulmate. They may know that this is their soulmate or twin flame, mirrored soul, or however they would say that. Okay. I've waited 100 years, but I'd wait a million more for you. Nothing prepared me for what the privilege of being yours would do. If I had only felt the warmth within your touch, if I had only seen how you smile when you blush, or how you curl your lip when you concentrate enough, I would have known what I was living for all along, what I've been living for. Your love is my turning page, where only the sweetest words remain. Every kiss is a cursive line, every touch is a redefining phrase. I surrender who I've been for who you are, for nothing makes me stronger than your fragile heart. If I had only felt how it feels to be yours, well, I would have known what I've been living for all along. Okay. And then we'll do, okay, actually, there were two more. Yeah, you got 5 songs. Okay. Counting Blue Cars is about talking about, yes. He walked with a purpose in his sneakers down the street. He had many questions like children often do. He said, tell me all your thoughts on God. Tell me, am I very far? Must have been late afternoon on our way. The sun broke free of the clouds. We count only blue cars, skip the cracks in the street, and ask many questions. So I feel like you guys possibly feel childlike in each other's presence, but I see you guys are talking. You guys are asking each other a lot of questions, and you are specifically asking each other spiritual questions. That's what I got from that. And then Snow on the Beach. I love this song. She says, okay, so I'm not going to read the whole song, but she says, oh, just a second. She says, sorry, I almost turned my computer off and it threw me off. She says, life is emotionally abusive and time can't stop me quite like you do. And my flight was awful. Thanks for asking. Oh, somebody, you guys might be at a distance. We'll dig into that. We'll see. But somebody might be at a distance and somebody may have flown in for this date. My flight was awful. Thanks for asking. I'm unglued, thanks to you. And it's like snow on the beach, weird but beautiful. Flying in a dream, stars by the pocketful. You wanting me tonight feels impossible, but it's coming down. No sound, it's all around, like snow on the beach. Like snow on the beach. This scene feels like what I once saw on a screen. I searched Aurora Borealis green. I've never seen someone lit from within, blurring out my periphery. My smile is like I won a contest, and to hide that would be so dishonest. And it's fine to fake it till you make it, till you do, till it's true. But now it's like snow at the beach. Weird but beautiful, flying in a dream, stars by the pocketful. You wanting me tonight feels impossible, but it's coming down, no sound, it's all around, like snow on the beach. Then at the bridge, she says, I can't speak, afraid to jinx it. I don't even dare to wish it. But your eyes are like flying saucers from another planet. Now I'm all for you like Janet. Can this be the real thing? Can it? Are we falling like snow at the beach? Hmm. Yes, okay. So that's really sweet. I feel like this person, um, your future spouse, when they start to fall for you, or gosh, I don't know which way it is. I don't know which one of you is the one who was like more obsessed to begin with. I think if this is a twin flame dynamic, and whatever you want to call it, it is something like that, okay? It's like mirrored souls, twin flames, or something like that. And so one of you is aware of the connection first, or is more aware of the connection first. And so it's harder for that person, I think. Oh, I had these in the wrong order. And I channeled so much more, you guys. Oh my gosh, and I have notes. Um, okay. Here we go. So much more. Oh my gosh. Um, yes, okay. So somebody had one of you had wished for this for a while, and then it's like when it happens, it's almost hard to believe, but it's amazing. Also, you guys will talk a lot. You guys will meet somewhere only we know. It's somewhere kind of out of the way in some sort of way. One of you may fly in to meet the other one. So this could be a long distance. We're gonna dig into that more. I don't know. Okay. But let's see, what else did I get? Yes, somebody was more lost or more confused about this. And I heard you had to get a little lost to find your way. Somebody had to be brave. So somebody feels anxious or even scared about this. Um, yes, so one of you has to be brave to like even show up to this. Actually, somebody might be feeling anxious. And I heard Okay, so sorry, I'm so sorry this is confusing. I don't know who is who. Please bear with me. I'm trying, okay? But one of you was more anxious and the other person says, you're gorgeous. You're gorgeous and you're worth it and I'll take you out tonight. You're gorgeous and you're worth it and I'll take you out. I'm going to take you out tonight. Okay. Also, spoiler alert, but this is the pile where you might spend the night together. Okay, I was kind of getting that, so we'll like obviously we'll circle back to that. Um, I was getting golden retriever energy, like golden retriever energy. But I was getting like somebody who's not normally in golden retriever energy, like that is not how they normally are, but just only around you or only around them, depending. I was also getting closure. So again, somebody may be going into this wondering if this is gonna be. So somebody might go into this meeting wondering if you have to like not break up because you're not together, but like they might be thinking that this is the last time that they'll tell you that they don't want to see you again or something like that. Like somebody might be going into this like really unsure of how they feel about it, but also yeah, but I was hearing I didn't know or if I had known. So okay, and then I was also hearing This Love Came Back to Me. That's another Taylor Swift song, This Love Came Back to Me. And what was the other one? Okay, there were so many songs coming through in this one. Yeah, I didn't write them all down. Okay, one of them was Georgia by Vance Joy. She is something to behold, elegant and bold. She is electricity running through my soul. and I could easily lose my mind. The way you kiss me will work each time. Lips generous and warm, you build me up like steps. Yes, definitely, this is the kissing pile. Eyes innocent and wild, remind me what it's like, and I could easily lose my mind. The way you kiss me will work each time, pulling me back into the flames, and I'm burning up again. And I never understood what was at stake, and I never thought your love was worth its weight. And now you've come and gone, I finally worked it out. Yeah, one of you figured it out before the other one. You may have had some connection in the past. You may have kissed in the past before this. Somebody says, I never should have told you. I never should have let you see inside. Don't want to trouble your mind. Won't you let it be? I never should have told you. And I could easily lose my mind. And now you've come and gone. I finally worked it out. Okay, but in this case, I feel like it's not exactly like the song. In this case, ooh, our candle went out. We can't have that. Oh, it didn't go out. It didn't go out. Okay, that's part of your reading. Your candle did not go out, actually. You may have thought it went out, but it didn't. I'm fixing my mic. Okay. Um, okay, but what was I saying? Yes, so in the song Georgia, he says, and now you've come and gone, I finally worked it out, after you've gone. But in this story, in this case, it says this love came back to me. This love came back to me. So this is someone who you've had interaction with before this date, even if you haven't exactly dated before. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. I feel like you've never had a date with this person. So maybe this is the first time that this person has actually taken you out on an actual date. And now this person or one of you is thinking about your future. They see you. I don't know who I'm talking about. They see you in their future or you see them in your future, and they want to know, do you feel the same? Do you feel the same way? Yeah, because they feel like I heard you're my girl. They feel like you are for them. And also I heard I still feel the same. So somebody has had feelings for you for a long time before this. Somebody has been waiting for you to come around. Yes, I heard anticipating your arrival. Somebody has been waiting for you to come around to this, or vice versa, or you've been waiting for them to come around to this. Okay, then I was getting that there's a lot of talking. And people were talking about, okay, you two were talking about your previous relationships. So somebody may have been cheated on, somebody may have been lied to, somebody may feel like somebody stole from them. You might even feel like you're oversharing. So the next day, like the day after, you might feel like you shared too much, you said too much, you might even feel like you did too much, because I feel like you actually are somebody who has really held back and you don't open up easily. And I feel like in this date, you just completely open up. And then you might have a little bit of like a vulnerability hangover the next day where you're like, oh my God, did I really say all of that? Did I really reveal all of that? But you did. So, yes, I also, okay, also there was something, okay, but okay, I mean, there's too much. Yes, so people were talking about either previous relationships or like previous issues they've had with people that they were interested in. And then they were also talking about how they would never do that to each other. So they were like talking about like their values or like what's important to them in a relationship or something like that. Okay. I was also getting, and this is also very much out of order, but I feel like the actual date itself could be to go see music or even to go see an opera, is what I was getting. So this person, they say, I'll take you out tonight. they take you or you take them. I don't freaking know because I cannot tell. But somebody takes somebody to go see a music thing. So there's some sort of music thing. And I'm feeling anxious about my candle. I don't want it to go out. Mhm. Okay, so you guys might go see some sort of performance. And I actually feel like it could even be an opera. For some of you, it'll be something like that. But maybe not an opera. It could be like, but I'm definitely getting like classical music. That's kind of more what I was getting, like not like it's something more that's more quiet. It's not like rock or anything. I don't know. That's kind of what I was getting. And then the thing is, um, okay, the more masculine person is going, well, I don't know. I think it's the more masculine person or it's the more assertive person is going to make their move. They're going to take, I'm going to say you as if you were the feminine, but I don't know who's who. So just put yourself where it makes sense, okay? But the masculine person, so he's going to take your hand and then, yeah, he is going to be more, direct or like more a little bit more assertive or um okay, this is another song. Yeah, music is definitely important in this pile because we have we you might go see a music thing and also a lot of music is coming through. Um so the song that I'm getting now is Move Like You Stole It by ZZ Ward. And it says, I want you in my bed in a minute flat. Let's hit the backseat of your cherry Cadillac. I bet you never guessed or came prepared for this. I like your bow tie, the glasses on your eyes. Somebody might be wearing glasses or somebody might be wearing a tie. I like your straight A style. Can't wait another mile. My goodness. See, I don't know about that. Um, mm, yeah, it's not gonna happen quite like that. But that's where somebody's mind is at, okay? That's where somebody's mind is at. But this person wants to be more like heartfelt than that because they have a lot of feelings for you. And so they want you to know how they really feel about you because they feel like it's never come out right before, or they've never been able to express themselves. They've never been able to tell you how they feel. And so they want you to know, they want you to really know. Now, that doesn't mean that they're going to come out and say something like, I love you. I don't know what all your history is. So maybe that's where it's at. But it's more so like this time, that's what I heard this time. They want there to be no doubt. Oh, that it's a date. Oh my God. Okay, you may have hung out with this person before, but it was one of those things where it was like, wait, is this a date? Wait, is this like that? Like, is this that kind of date? Are we dating? Wait, what is this? Okay. And this time they're like, yeah, no, it's a date. And this time, this time I definitely want there to be no question that it's a date. And I'm gonna kiss you. That's what it is. So, okay, so I was getting a hug. That's what I was, yes, definitely in this one. Okay, I think it's okay, but I feel like I'm getting ahead of myself because I was also getting a couple of other things. Wait, the energy is so excited. It keeps like skipping around. Uh, okay. When you guys think that it's the end of the night, then you will have a hug and that's it. Not a kiss, just a hug. Okay, you'll have a hug. And then you'll like still be talking. And you're like trying to say goodbye, but you're still talking. And you're still talking and you're still talking. And then I think it's like, wait, do you want to go get coffee or do you want to go get dessert or whatever it is? Somebody suggests something else to extend the time. So then you're talking more. Yeah. Okay. And then this is so random, but something that kept coming through is that one of the things you're talking about might be like heathenism or even like Odin. So somebody could be into heathenism or Odin, or I don't know, it's something that you guys were talking about, or that might be like important to somebody, or it might just be something that it seems relevant at the time. And then somebody feels like they're melting, like this person is melting, they're melting me, they're melting you. Um, and yes, and I heard possible, open to possibilities, and also, okay, and then something feels very heavy, or something was feeling very heavy. Like it feels like it's not easy. Like it feels like maybe it wouldn't be easy for you guys to be together, something like that. There was also something about abundance. I don't know what that was about though. That kept coming through like 3 times. So I don't know what that is, but I had to say it. It's something like wealth and abundance came through like 3 different times. So I don't know what that is about. Yes, laughing together. Could you let go? Heavy. Could you let go? So you're talking more. And then, yes, okay, then yes, then there's a kiss. And then, yes, because they melt you or you melt them or whatever. And then I heard my body can't stop. And then this person will probably spend the night. So I don't know. That's what I was seeing. Yes. And then I kept getting images of mirrors or songs about mirrors, and like references to mirrors kept coming through the whole time. So definitely this is like this is the mirrored soul connection. Yeah. And then at the end of this rendezvous, I guess, I heard, where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Okay. So that was everything that I channeled for pile 2. That was a lot. So let's do the tarot cards. Wow, pile 2. The Chariot. Yes, somebody's traveling. Okay. So either you're traveling to see them or they're traveling to see you. This is a long distance relationship. And it goes differently than you expected it to. Yes, probably because you will, it to some degree, I don't know what to, I'm not going there. Okay. I don't know to what degree you get physical, but you'll definitely get physical. And see, now I'm tripping over my words. Oh my gosh. This person really, um, haha, I heard they broach your defenses. This person really melts you, okay? But also, this person isn't just trying to, like, get in your pants or something. Like, this person has really, really deep feelings for you, or vice versa, because it's kind of more one-sided at the beginning. I don't say one-sided, but like definitely weighted way more one way than the other at the beginning. And so I don't know if that's you or them, cannot tell, because your energy is so similar. You two have very similar energies. Yes, they take you out. You might be feeling frustrated about something. You might be frustrated about something that's ending. For some of you, you might even be frustrated about somebody else. Again, it's possible that some of you might be coming out of a breakup or something. I just have to say it because I'm seeing it. I don't think that's for everybody, but some of you are frustrated about somebody else specifically. Or if not that, then you're frustrated with a situation which requires you to be colder and more calculating than you want to be. Yeah, you've been feeling like you have to be really strong by yourself or yeah, I'm gonna say actually I think both of you have been feeling like that. And during this date, you start to fall in love. This is the beginning of your relationship, really. Regardless of whatever else has happened before this is the beginning of your relationship. Yep. And it is a leap of faith and it is a little bit scary, but it's also very exciting. There is a little bit of almost a giddy energy here, but there's also a very determined energy too from the one who's being more assertive or more, I don't want to say aggressive, proactive, I don't know. And then from the other one of you, you're more tired or, um, I don't know, like holding back a little bit more at first, but then your walls come tumbling down, or theirs, or whatever. Yeah, but somebody is moving this forward very deliberately. The masculine is moving this forward very deliberately, I think. The thing is that you two do actually care about each other equally. It's just that one of you is more open to it at the beginning of this date, and the other one of you is not as open to it yet at the beginning of the date. Tell me more. Oops, that's so much. Tell me more about Six of Pentacles. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yes. So he's noticed her. Um, and this was really more like this. He's noticed her a long time, or I don't know how long it's been, but he feels like he noticed her a long time ago and um couldn't get her off his mind even when he tried, even though he tried to ignore her, but it's almost like the divine kept tapping him on the shoulder and being like, hello, but switch the genders however it makes sense for you, for your situation. And for some of you, there may have been other people involved. I don't want to get into all of that because if that's the case, it's all over by the time of this date, okay? And then you will kiss on this date. Finally, that's what I heard. Finally. And you'll make it official. Like you'll officially start your relationship. And someone may move, but this is that someone is traveling and that's interesting. Somebody doesn't want to move. Well, okay, so then I guess there is an element of deciding what you're going to do about that, yeah, because it's a long distance relationship and somebody doesn't want to move. So whatever, that sounds like a problem for a different reading, a different day. So tell me more about, oh, wait, I want to switch decks. Okay. Ooh, actually, I have so many questions. Okay, no, we'll start with this one. Don't get ahead of yourself. I want to know more about the date. Yes, you might do something. I heard bougie. Yeah, you might go see an opera or something. That is so funny. You might do something kind of fancy. Yeah, and then you might go for a walk actually. And if you are near a beach, then you really might walk by a beach. That's a possibility. Or you might hike. Yeah, you guys might be older. Only take it if it resonates. Or if you're not older, you feel like you are. So there's a sense of that. But when you're with this person, you might feel like you're young again. Also, though, the feminine here may have a child, so she might be talking about her child. Take it as it resonates. Someone may have been married in the past and been cheated on. That's a possibility. That actually could be why somebody really holds back. I don't know. Somebody definitely had a relationship before this that went very bad. Yeah, and I definitely though am getting like some sort of third party situation that happened in the past, not between you two. This is something else. So, okay, so I think you guys will be talking about your previous relationships or previous history and yeah, and then you go to their house or they go to your house. Somebody goes to somebody's house. And then once again, I have great fortune on the bottom of the deck. Hmm. I say once again because when I was doing my channeling before, I got a lot of references to wealth or abundance. So what is that about? I had another card drop on the floor. Expectation. This person might turn out to be like, let's say more well off than you realized. So it might be surprising. Like you might not, like you might see their house and be surprised at how nice their house is or something like that. You just weren't expecting it or vice versa. Yeah. Okay, tell me about main male, education, main female. Oh my gosh. Main male, adjudication, main female. Yeah, somebody could be going through a divorce. What on earth? Okay, wait a minute. I have to get more info about this. Because here's the thing, one of these, and you don't have to be a man and a woman, you could be two men, two women, or whatever resonates, but if this is the couple, right? The main male and the main female in the Kipper deck represents the couple. Um, one of them liked the other more or first. Yeah, secretly, yes, confirmation. And then came out about it openly, but after keeping it a secret and probably doing a lot of research. But tell me about adjudication, please. Yeah, okay. So somebody wasn't available before, and that's why somebody tried to ignore it. Oh, somebody might have been in a different relationship before, and then they left that relationship. Yes, and somebody has a child. Yeah, so yeah, somebody was married. Oh my God. Actually, take it either way, take it however it resonates, but it's possible that if you're the female, if you are the woman, if you're the feminine, that you were married or that the feminine was married, but take it as it resonates. Yeah, it could go either way, actually. So somebody was waiting for that. Confirmation. Okay. And again, I'm getting definitely that you guys might walk outside somewhere, especially with the song Somewhere Only We Know. Okay, we're going to pull some from the Seasons of the Witch in Bulk Oracle. Not everything is what it seems. Bring yourself back from all time and all places as a new perspective can be seen. Someone may feel like they're coming alive. I think it's the feminine. She might feel like she's been not fully embodied, like not fully herself. There also may have been a dream connection. She may, well, take it either way as it resonates. They may recognize each other from dreams or from a dream space. Someone may be making cinnamon rolls, or you may go out and get cinnamon rolls if you go to like a dessert place or a bakery or a cafe or something. But also there's something about going back to this person's house, and it's very homey. It smells good. It's very comfortable. You might be surprised if you go to their house, or maybe it's they go to your house, take it as it resonates, but you might be surprised that it feels much more comfortable or more like you feel like it could be like your home. Like you feel like this is how I would decorate, or I think I said this in my last reading, but it's like you do the same thing that I do or something like that. It's like weirdly familiar in some way, or you're surprised at like how much it resonates. Okay, so for some of you, this person may invite you to their house for food at their house or for dessert at their house. And you feel like this is not something that I would normally do, but I feel so comfortable with this person. Also, you guys in this pile, you absolutely definitely have a history. Like you've known each other for a while. So this is not a pile where you two have just met. Like you two definitely know each other. That's one of the reasons that one of you feels very comfortable going over to the other person's house, but I don't think that you've ever been to their house before because you are kind of surprised at what you see. It's possible it could be snowing, depending on where you are and when this happens. This is a timeless reading. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, guys. Hmm. Yeah, somebody may have been trying to ignore this connection because they were going through something. Okay. All right. Anything else from this deck? I am here, present, ready to answer the call. Yes, come back home to me. Yes, somebody goes back. You go back to their house or they go back to your house, either way, but also it's like whoever's going to the person's house, that's the one who's been kind of ignoring this or trying to ignore this. And well, actually, I see that it's so mirrored, you guys. You both have been trying to ignore this. Okay, but one has been more so trying to ignore it than the other. And then that person, it shifts in this day, and that person is ready to face this or acknowledge it. Okay, I'm going to see if I can get anything from the Narada deck. Yeah, somebody is starting a new chapter of their life. Oh, see, castle. It's the castle card. Somebody, that's so funny. Um, I can't say that. I heard it's I heard it's hella nicer than I expected. That's so funny. Okay. Yes. So somebody has a really, really nice house. And also, they may have stained glass in their house, or they may have like a stained glass window. Yes, and this is, you also may have deja vu during this date when you're hanging out with this person. Um, we have job interview, we got interview in the last one, and it is kind of like, and then exploration. Yeah. So, it is kind of like you're interviewing this person or one of you, the one of you who's like a little bit more reserved or a little bit more holding back is feels like you're kind of, I heard interrogating. That's funny. You're not interrogating, but you're like, you have specific questions. There's specific things that you want to know that you're interested in. And I heard exploring their mind. Yes, you really want to find out. That's what it is. You want to find out as much about this person as possible. Oh, my Lord in heaven. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. So yes, you want to find out as much as possible about this person. And for some of you, that's in every way, every way. So some of you will go all the way. Yes, house, you'll go to their house. Hmm. I can't show all of these cards. I couldn't show that card. Mm-hmm. Aw. Yeah, you're going to be telling this person about what you went through or vice versa. You'll also be telling them why you held back from them or vice versa. Again, I don't know who I'm talking to. Because you were dealing with some really rough stuff. Yeah, you felt like you were really stuck before dealing with, oh my God. Yeah, stealing. Why did I say that? I meant dealing. Oh my gosh, some of you will literally go to the beach. For some of you, this person lives on the beach or near the beach. They have like a really nice house. Mhm. Okay, anything else? Mm-hmm. Hmm. Oh yeah, that's nice. When you're in this person's home or they're in your home or whatever, you're like there looking at pictures or like, I don't know, whatever sort of knickknacks or tchotchkes or whatever you have out. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but also there's something about when this person is, when you guys are around each other, it feels like, how can I say this? It almost feels like it fixes you. And gosh, that's another song, isn't it? Fix You by Coldplay. Yeah, it almost feels like it fixes you. I mean, it doesn't. It doesn't actually fix you. I'm trying to describe it though. It's like it washes everything away, or like that's just the feeling that you get. That's so funny. They tell me the funniest things sometimes. I heard reverses years of damage. I can't. Oh my God. Okay. Um, I'm gonna do a few more tarot cards to close this out. Oh, you find out. That's what I heard. You find out. You two are really gonna let each other in during this date into your home, into your heart, into your bed, possibly. Yeah, I heard no. Well, I don't believe in that. I heard no boundaries, but I don't know. People say that, and like you really should always have boundaries, people. Like always, you should always have boundaries. But maybe no walls. That's probably what people mean. No walls. And yes, it's definitely traveling. So after this, somebody will travel back, but it's also like it's not just traveling physically. It's also um like mentally you've moved to a better place. Like mentally you've moved forward. Like your whole life is moving forward now. And actually, there may be at the end of this date, yes, there will be discussion of moving or discussion of travel, discussion of how to deal with the long distance thing. Tell me about Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, that's making plans. Aww. Once again, I'm hearing if I had known. Mm, but you really want to make it work. Aw, you really want to make it work. Oh my gosh. After this day, you will really, aw, oh my gosh. After this day, you two really actually want to like live together. Even though it's like your first date, you guys, pile two, have definitely had a lot of interaction before this. You have some sort of history of some kind. And so even though it's the first time that you've taken it to that place or you've taken it to that level, like you really want to figure out how you can spend a lot more time together after this. So that will be something that you will talk about, and you two will try to move in with each other as soon as you can figure it out. Yeah, because you're both pretty independent. I mean, yeah, but you're tired of it. After you have spent this time together, then you will be tired of it after that. Mhm. Anything else for pile two? For some of you, you may have a family with this person. For some of you, you already have a child. You could have a blended family or, oh man, more fall on the floor. Mhm. Aw. Hmm. Yeah. There's so much love here. It's so romantic. And also, um, after this day, the feminine person will be completely open-hearted. The masculine person will be completely open-hearted. The masculine person will move this forward and want to make plans and will make plans, and you guys will eventually um move in together and get married. And I don't know what order you'll do that in. But yeah, that's what's going to happen. So, wow. All right, pile two, that's your message. I hope that was fun for you, helpful for you, or whatever you needed it to be. And if you like this reading, I would love it if you could like it. That means a lot to me. And I'm so excited for you guys. Oh my gosh. I would invite you to watch another reading if there's another reading that you feel called to maybe watch. And I hope to see you in another reading, okay? Bye, guys. Wow. All right. And I don't edit out in between my readings, so I'm just going to go ahead and get ready for pile three. Okay, I'm still feeling that pile three energy, so I need to cleanse this a little bit. Cleanse this energy a little bit. Mhm. Okay, we're back. Okay, so I was cleansing the space and I made a lot of smoke. So I don't like to edit my readings, but I didn't include that part because it was fun. All right, here we go. Pile three. Welcome, pile three. If you chose the star card with the beautiful otter holding the star by her heart and looking up to the star, recognizing that what is in heaven is also in her, and the beautiful Apophyllite crystal. This is your reading. Now, Apophyllite, where did I put that? Apophyllite enhances mental clarity and intuition, so they say. It's supposed to help you discover your personal truth. It promotes peace and relaxation. It is known as the healer's stone, and people use it to help interpret spiritual messages or to help interpret dreams because it's just, I can tell you, it is such a clarifying energy. And I have a big, beautiful apophyllite right here. This is my big apophyllite that I have there. Okay. And then this is my littler apophyllite. Okay, so let's go apophyllite for clarity, all the clarity. And let's see. Okay, we're gonna start with, I had already done some channeling. So let's start with the songs that I was getting for you. I was getting Blinding Lights by The Weeknd, Better by Regina Spektor. We're gonna go over these. Only Want to Be With You by Hootie and the Blowfish, and Here Comes Your Man by the Pixies. Okay. Why did I put my phone over there? I needed to look up the lyrics. Okay. And okay. Okay, so let's go into these Blinding Lights by The Weeknd. Okay, so this one says, I've been trying to call, I've been on my own for long enough. Maybe you can show me how to love. Maybe. I'm going through withdrawals. You don't even have to do too much. You can turn me on with just a touch, baby. I look around and Sin City's cold and empty. No one's around to judge me. I can't see clearly when you're gone. I said, ooh, I'm blinded by the lights. No, I can't sleep until I feel your touch. I said, ooh, I'm drowning in the night. Oh, when I'm like this, you're the one I trust. I'm running out of time because I can see the sun light up the sky, so I hit the road in overdrive. The city's cold and empty. No one's around to judge me. I can't see clearly when you're gone. I'm just walking by to let you know I could never say it on the phone. We'll never let you go this time. Okay. And then Better by Regina Spektor. This is such a sweet song. No, not that one. Hang on, that was the wrong song. Okay, this one. If I kiss you where it's sore, will you feel better? Will you feel anything at all? Born like sisters to this world, in a town, blood ties are only blood. If you never say your name out loud to anyone, they can never ever call you by it. If I kiss you where it's sore, will you feel better? Will you feel anything at all? You're getting sadder, getting sadder. I don't understand. But if I kiss you where it's sore, will you feel better? That's it. That's pretty much all the lyrics to that song. And Only Want to Be With You. You and me, we come from different worlds. You like to laugh at me when I look at other girls. Sometimes you're crazy and you wonder why I'm such a baby because the dolphins make me cry. Well, there's nothing I can do. I've been looking for a girl like you. You look at me, you've got nothing left to say. I moan and pout at you until I get my way. I won't dance, you won't sing. I just want to love you, but you want to wear my ring. Well, there's nothing I can do. I only want to be with you. You can call me a fool. I only want to be with you. And then there's very few lyrics to Here Comes Your Man. Here comes your And they don't really make sense, so bear with me. Outside, there's a boxcar waiting. Outside, the family stew. Out by the fire, breathing. Outside, we wait till face turns blue. I know the nervous walking. I know the dirty beard hangs out by the boxcar waiting. Take me away to nowhere plains. There is a wait so long. You'll never wait so long. Here comes your man. I don't know what the first part of the lyrics mean, but I just like the part of this song that says, there is a wait so long, you'll never wait so long. Here comes your man. This song has been used in a lot of movies, which is where most of us know it from. Okay, cool. Okay, then I was doing some channeling for you, pile 3. So this was very interesting. Okay, obviously we know your card is linked with Aquarius. I was also getting Virgo rising and Capricorn was coming through. And then for the crystal Apophyllite, some people link this with Gemini and Libra. So that's kind of all of the air signs. We have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Capricorn, and Virgo rising is what's coming through as possible signs. And you know what's interesting is astrology was coming through in general. So something that you guys might do is I heard this person might finally give you their like birth details, like their birth date, birth time, whatever. You know, oh my gosh, you know how it is if you're into astrology and if you don't know what time somebody was born, you can't know what their rising sign is. This is so funny, but if I think you're probably you might be an astrology girly or you might just be really into astrology, maybe you're a guy and you finally get their birth time during this date. And so you figure out what their rising sign is, and it might be Virgo rising. So come back and comment and let me know what it is. Okay, also your ancestors were coming through. Like the concept of ancestors in general was coming through a lot for this pile. Also, Santa Muerte was coming through when I was channeling for this pile. And there was something about manifesting and stepping through into manifestation. Also mine. It's finally mine, you're mine, and I'm yours. So making it official, making us official. So it's an idea of someone or something that you were manifesting, like you were manifesting a relationship. You were manifesting somebody who fit a certain description or checked certain boxes. Again, you may have journaled out, like you might have created a vision board, or you might have journaled, or you might have like written out what you were looking for. You might have prayed for something specific. And so this is that. I heard, and here's the thing, here's why we need it. I need sympathy and I know its value. Now I know its value. I need sympathy now, and now I know its value. Love can heal all wounds, and there's always a solution to every problem. There's something about a surprise. So something is surprising or there's some sort of surprise. There was also definitely something coming through about seduction, passion, intense chemistry. So this might be a pile where some things happen. I don't know. We'll see. I also heard it's time for me to heal now. It's time for me to face my fears. Something about changes. Also the king. Was getting something about the king. Also about also a woman who looks like a moon goddess or like a fairy queen, like sort of very ethereal. Um So a woman who looks sort of like out of this world or otherworldly, like definitely like an ethereal sort of vibe or an ethereal energy. Yeah, like a moon goddess, or she's got like that fair, she looks like a fairy or something like that, right? Yeah, somebody's glowing again. Somebody got their health back. Somebody got their spark back. Somebody may have had a cold and now they feel better, or somebody was going through an illness and now they feel better. I also heard raising the next generation. So maybe you guys want to have kids. I don't know. Maybe you guys have kids. I also heard you feel loved. And then going back to the concept of manifestation, I heard, what timeline did I shift onto now? What timeline did I step into now? Also, I'm getting a lot of ringing in my ears. Also, it's not all in your head. It's not all in your head. So these are the things that I channeled. Also, something, yeah, something about family, something about either moving or traveling. So this could be long distance. Something about the right direction to go in or what direction to go in. Something about true love. This is true love. Also, what are the dangers? Somebody's wondering that. Somebody's thinking, what are the dangers? Yes, true love, true desire, true passion. Okay, those are the things that I was channeling. So now let's let's get into a tarot reading and see what we get. All right. Pile 3. Here comes your man. Let's see what your first date will be like with your future husband. Today we're using the Ethereal Visions Illuminated Tarot deck. Tell me about pile 3's first date. Oh, it's something you've waited for a long time. You may have waited a long time for, oh, there's a wait so long. You'll never wait so long. Sorry that you waited so long. Yeah, so you might have waited a long time to be able to go on a date with this person, or you may have waited a long time for this person to ask you out. All right, let's see. There's a wait so long. Yeah, that's repeating in my head now. There's a wait so long, you'll never wait so long. So if it isn't a very long wait, it just feels like a long wait because I heard because. Oh, because you really feel like this person is the one. And maybe you already know that this person is the one. This person is so in alignment for you, and you're so ready to make whatever changes you need to make it. I heard, let's make this happen. Let's make this happen. Yes. If you are the feminine, you are in your Empress energy. If she's the feminine, she is in her Empress energy. She looks like a moon goddess, a fairy queen or something. She's just, you feel gorgeous. You are radiant. You are glowing. I heard that you feel very blessed. Like you've come through a very difficult time and you're humble. Like you are, like you have pride and dignity, but you feel very humble because you feel like you couldn't have done it without support. You couldn't have done it without your people. Like you're surrounded by good people. And so you're very humble and also very confident. And I heard self-possessed. You're very deeply connected to source. And so there's an expectation. It's like you've been getting everything that you prayed for, everything that you wished for. And so also you've prayed or wished for your person, like your divine counterpart, and you're waiting for this person. It's funny, you have almost an impatient energy, but It's not impatient. It's more like you, I don't know, like you're just excited to meet them. Okay. Okay, we're gonna switch steps actually. Mm, we'll do this one next. Okay, pile three. Sorry about that. Your reading was actually interrupted by technical issues, but we are back again. We're gonna finish your reading. And as you know, if you've seen any of my other readings, um, the way that I read, everything that happens during a reading is symbolic, is part of your reading. And so this is a connection that may have had some interruptions. There may even be an interruption during your first date, okay? But just to recap, and then we're gonna pull some of these Kipper cards. But just to recap here, this this connection feels so safe, and it feels like both of you are people who are pretty guarded or have been pretty guarded with your hearts. Perhaps one of you more than the other, but together on this day, you feel so safe with each other and like safe being authentic, safe being real. It's like you kind of let the other one see like your real self and vice versa. It's sort of a little, yeah. It's like you're making little adjustments and you're gradually getting more and more comfortable with each other, but it's not that hard. It doesn't take that long. And it's like you both are so nurturing with each other. And especially well, no, both of you are so nurturing with each other. Both of you just want to take care of each other. Yeah, you really are like, yeah, it's like the king and the fairy queen, or, the king of cups and the empress. It's time for me to heal now, face my fears. Yeah, it really does feel like you've shifted onto a new timeline, and you really can feel now like this wasn't all in your head. This really could be it. This really is it. You really are moving in the right direction. This is the beginning of true love. Yes, and this is mine. This is mine. You're mine. I'm yours. Hmm. Yeah, and there's so much intense chemistry here. And love can heal all wounds. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So, all right, let's see what we have here. I want to know more specifics about this first date. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, somebody got their health back. Somebody feels like they were lucky to get their health back. You also may be talking about some successful project or some successful venture or, yeah, hmm. And that's part of why you are able to go on this date now is because somebody's feeling better. For some of you, you may have known this person for a while, but because they were dealing with health issues, you hadn't been able to go on a real date. Okay, anything else from here? Yeah, so some venture um really worked out better than expected, or something was much more successful than was expected. So there was some unexpected income, some unexpected success. Yeah, there's a solution to every problem. You guys are at some degree of distance. Yes, travel. We were getting travel, weren't we? Yes. So you may not have been able to see this person for a while. Let's see though. Child. Mm. Sorry, I can't put all of the cards on. That's one that I can't put the whole card on. You may talk about your children, but I don't think that's what it is. I think that you may, well, let's see what else we get. Huh. Oh, you may talk about your childhood. Somebody also talks about an organization that they are involved in. Yeah, somebody had a tough childhood, so that's something that you may talk about. You may also talk about whether you want to have children or not. You probably do, so you probably are talking about that. Yeah, you feel like you escaped from your childhood or escaped from your past. And you're talking about, yeah, you're talking about your childhood. You're talking about school too. So you guys are talking about your past. But what are you doing on your date? You guys drive somewhere, and the masculine drives the feminine somewhere. So where are you driving to? This is wild, but you may actually drive to a cemetery, like just to hang out, just to go to a quiet place and talk, or just to walk around. One of you may be psychic, or one of you may be sensitive to spirits or something, so that could be a reason why you wanted to go to a cemetery. But you're mostly talking about the past. You two are mostly talking about your pasts and things that you've overcome because you've overcome a lot. And one of you has become very successful. One of you could even potentially be like, even, yeah, I don't know. One of you could even potentially be like a celebrity, but maybe it's not a celebrity, but somebody here is very successful or has been very successful. So you're sort of like talking about, the journey. Okay. Um, Another thing that you might do for your date is you might play um something like, yeah, you actually may play video games, or you may play something like I don't know, like laser tag, or what is the thing where, I don't know, it's some kind of game where you're like pretending to shoot each other, or like play shooting each other. But some of you are watching a movie or watching TV. So I'm like, we're skipping around to different, let me try to like focus in. We're skipping around a bit. I'm getting a lot of different scenarios here now. Okay, I'm getting several different things. Some of you go watch a sports thing. Some of you go ride horses together. Some of you play a game where there's like shooting. Afterwards, I think you do something quieter. So the watching TV or a movie or something might be afterwards, or going to like walk around a cemetery might be afterwards. And that's when and there's also something about books. So some of you may go to a library or, yes, I'm getting a library. Okay, I don't, all of those things aren't for everybody, but now that I've like come back to this reading, I feel like I'm picking up on even more energies. So, okay. Those are the date sorts of things that I'm getting. Some of you spend the whole night together and but you don't, you just hang out. Like you're just hanging out all night until the sun comes up. And yeah, it's like a new beginning. But you finally feel like you're where you should be. Yeah, it feels like there's like you two are in this sort of holy bubble, this sort of sacred space where you're creating this new life together. Yeah, some of you are doing sort of like arts and crafts together in some way. Um, what was I seeing? That was also in pile two, so some of you may have messages in pile two. I feel that. Yeah, some of you might be like doing some sort of maybe collage together. Is it you're like cutting things or cutting paper or something? And you're really recognizing that this person really matches you, like at a soul level. I really feel that one of the things that you will do is go to a park, or it could be like a cemetery. It's a park or a cemetery or something like that. Hmm. Okay. Oh, some of you might even, yeah, you guys are being really playful with each other. You're playing games and you might even be gambling. Some of you might even go to like a casino or something. But I'm getting a lot of different scenarios now, so I'm sorry about that. But um just take what resonates. But you guys are being really silly and playful with each other, and there's definitely something about playing some kind of game, but at the same time, though, the prosperity energy is real. You guys are very serious about each other. It's just like I kind of feel like at some point you guys get a little bit goofy. This might be in May. This date might happen in May, or someone could have a May birthday. This is someone that you may have had a misunderstanding with in the past, but this is someone where you two are both either very successful or on the road to success. Actually, I feel like one of you may be very successful and the other one is on the road to success. And you guys will take very good care of each other. This is what I am seeing. And we do have the marriage card, yes. Yeah, you guys have been, okay. At this time, you guys will have been cutting people out of your life who are working against you. Somebody just moved into a new house. You guys are both very, um, you're like good with either business or finance or something like that. And both of you are the same that way. Both of you are like big planners. Like you're both really into planning. Both of you are people who tend to like to move slowly and carefully and like plan ahead. You guys will be very happy together. Yeah, but somebody was sick. Also, somebody may have been depressed. That could have been the sickness. And so, yeah, because there were people working this, I don't know which one of you this is, but there were people working against you. There were people who were literally sabotaging you, but you've successfully overcome these problems because you've cut certain people out of your life. Aw, and you're gonna be so happy together. And you guys have really good luck. It's like you have really good luck, but also really good planning. Yeah, one of you may be divorced, but if it's not a divorce, it's just a really bad breakup. But this is finally meeting somebody who is like what you des like the situation. This is the experience in love that you deserve, like, and that this person deserves because you two will really be good to each other. Yeah, I got that one before too. And this is somebody who has lived at a distance, yes. hmm But everything will change pretty suddenly from this day, I feel, because both of you realize how well you two sort of mesh together or like how harmonious your energy is together, and you start to feel really safe and comfortable with each other. And it just makes a big difference. Money will be coming to you. Yeah, we keep getting that though. Some of you have values that you do not want to get, you know, um, you don't, there, you have certain boundaries of like what you will do or not do physically. And so there's things that will not happen on this date because that's just like a rule that you have or a boundary that you have for your life. But it is very tempting. You find this person very exciting. And you feel like you learn a lot about this person on this day. Okay, for some of you, you actually might be, if you're near the ocean, you might go you might go look out at the ocean. Okay, I don't know. I saw that. Okay. Yes. You feel like in the past, you've gotten involved in situations, um, you've gotten involved in the wrong situations and gotten attached to the wrong people because of your physical desires. And so you're specifically avoiding that on this date at this time because you feel like it would confuse your thinking. Okay, we got horse twice, so there's definitely something about, for some of you, you may ride a horse, you may go ride horses or look at horses, but also this is something that could happen in the year of the horse, which is, it's like, I think it starts on February 12th, 2026, and then goes till February 2027, Year of the Horse. But this is a timeless reading. Also, somebody could be born Year of the Horse. Okay, and we also have the owl that could be special to somebody or meaningful to somebody. We also got the fox that could be meaningful to somebody. The feminine in this relationship could be younger. You feel like you're on the other side of something, like your life is finally going to start getting easier, which is true. Okay, we got younger woman, but then also we got younger man. So one of you could be younger than the other, but it could go either way. And we have the star again, so that is confirmation on Aquarius energy. But we also have Gemini and Taurus and Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces as possible signs, okay? But I kind of want to see like how will the night end? And can I get any more actual like specifics about what you guys are actually going to do? Because I got so many different scenarios coming through. All right, hang on, I'm channeling again. Okay, some of you definitely go walk by the sea or by the ocean. One of you definitely is already much more successful than the other one. Somebody might be a music producer or work or musician or work in the music industry somehow or something. Um, okay, that person asks the other person, they want to take care of you. Okay. But I think because I think it's the masculine and I'm assuming most of my viewers are the feminine, but please just put it where it makes sense. Like insert yourself in the story where it makes sense. This is just the scenario that I am seeing. But in this scenario, she's like, no. Or I think this has been an ongoing thing, and she's like, no. And but it's actually so sweet because she wants to take care of him, but like somebody hasn't been well. I think it's him, but I'm not sure. They do go, they might go to a party. Yeah, they might go to a party for like an actual party for a little while. And if he's a musician or a DJ, he either plays his instrument or he plays music. Again, switch the genders however it makes sense. Yeah, because it might be her that who plays music. I'm not really sure. Yeah, and he wants to, or I'm saying him, but again, switch the genders however it makes sense. But they go back to his house probably. He's hoping, that something will happen, you know what I'm saying? But no, because she has a boundary. So she's really like holding a line and he doesn't push at all, which I like. That's respectful. She might still be getting over something. She says nothing's gonna happen. That's so funny. Nothing's gonna happen. But then they're like playing video games or something or listening to music and they're just cuddling and talking. And so they may actually spend the whole night together like this, but not doing anything. Uh, yeah. Hmm. But they feel like they learn a lot about each other, but also somebody's impatient and somebody feels like they don't want to be alone and they don't want to wait, but they will. But also there's a strong like current of energy about that he wants to take care of her and he wants her to just like give in and just move in and just let him take care of her, but she's very smart. She knows none of that is healthy. Yeah, she's like, I'm not just gonna be another one of your girls. That's not how this is gonna work. That's not how he means it. Sorry, guys, I can't do the cards when I'm channeling. I just have to channel like this. Yeah, because he doesn't mean it like that. Like he means well, but she understands that that is not a strong foundation for a relationship. Like it will not work in the long run if they do it that way. She is pushing to make everything happen slower. She's in the Empress energy, and he is in a beautiful, mature, pure-hearted energy of the King of Cups, but he is not on an equal level with her yet. Like he's not coming in an Emperor energy. King of Cups is not equal to the Empress. So she's making him wait. Yeah, but at the same time, she sees that he has a really good heart and she really, yeah, and she really cares about him. Like they're starting to fall in love. And then afterwards, she's so excited. Like, okay, after this is probably you, but again, put yourself wherever it makes sense. But after this date, she's telling her friends about it and she's so excited. She's like giddy. She says, "Guess who I saw today or yesterday?" Because I don't know, they spent like overnight with each other, but fully clothed. Yeah. Okay. Am I getting anything else? Yeah. Um, let's see. What was I doing before I got distracted by channeling? Okay, a little tarot reading to close this out. Yes, Queen of Swords. Yeah, she's holding all the boundaries. Definitely. So this is probably you. Yes, but you really have a very strong physical attraction to this person. There's a very strong chemistry between the two of you. It's just that you are wanting to, well, it's not even like you're guiding the connection because you're not guiding the connection. You're just holding the space that you need to go through your process and forcing him to work a little harder. Okay, and is there anything else that we can know about? Okay, drop some on the floor. About this first date. Yeah, he's coming in a little bit with that devil energy. That's a very, very strong desire. And here we have the star confirmed for the third time, strong Aquarius energy. But she's saying, no, we need to work on a friendship. That's what she's saying. Not because I'm friend zoning you, but because that's how we start a relationship. So we're going to get to know each other. We're going to have an intellectual and an emotional bond. Then we'll see about the rest. She's the star also represents that she, and that's probably you, you're very, very patient with this because you really believe in this and you've actually been manifesting this and you're really excited about it. You just want to do it right. And not just that you want to do it right, but that you will do it right because the Empress is incredibly stubborn. Yes, this is the beginning of something new. It is like this thing that you've wished for, it's actually manifesting. You weren't sure before, probably because of the way this person was coming in, you weren't sure if this person was going to be a good influence in your life or not. But there's alchemy happening here, and I feel like your spiritual helpers are actually helping out with this situation too, because this man really does have a good heart, or again, switch the genders, however it makes sense, but and actually I believe that this could be the pile, this could be the group or one of the groups where things do move pretty quickly. Um, mm, my cards lost their focus again. Okay, that's funny. The camera lost its focus and then I lost my focus. This could be one of those relationships where you guys do make it official, and so that's The Three of Pentacles is either engagement or marriage. So, but that's saying that happened, like it's official. But that happened pretty quickly, like relatively quickly. It will happen relatively quickly. Okay. All right, I'm gonna say that's your reading pile three. I hope that was helpful and that you enjoyed that. And I would invite you to watch another reading. Please like, comment. I love responding to your guys' comments. And if you want to see more readings like this, go ahead and subscribe. And I will see you in another reading. Bye, guys.